Welcome to Dance Mogul Magazine.
Thank you so much for coming all the way to Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Thank you for having us. Can you start off by introducing yourself?
Of course. My name is Anabella Lenzu, and I'm an Argentinian choreographer and teacher. I moved to United States 10 years ago. Previously, I worked in Argentina, Chile, Italy, and a little bit in London. And now it's 10 years that I'm here in New York.
Okay. So you develop a love for dance in Argentina?
Yeah, I started dancing at 4 years old. And then at 18, I created my own dance school that is still open. My sister Pamela directed. The name of the school is L'Atelier Centro Creativo de Danza. And I started teaching ballet there, but now the school expand so much. So since the beginning, I feel that it was my mission through dance to encourage people to believe in themselves, to believe in a community, because dance is a medium, it's not an end. And that's what is interesting for me. Doesn't matter that you teach from ballet or from ballroom. Sometimes I teach Argentinian tango, sometimes I teach contemporary choreography, but the idea that dance is about this communion with yourself and with the community, with the environment.
I understand. When in Argentina, did you guys have any inspirations? Were any famous dancers there that you looked up to?
Yeah, we have an amazing. Argentina is very famous for ballet. We have a very important school, Teatro Colòn, and then we have a contemporary school, Teatro San Martin. So we have big stars from Julio Boca, the family Cornejo. We have Paloma Herrera here. Most of them they dance on the ABT and the Royal Ballet and the opera. So it's a very, very strong. I feel that because of the history of Argentina, also, most of Argentinians were immigrants from European. 60% of the population is from Italy. So I feel that the immigration definitely helped the artists because as myself, first generation born in Argentina, my dad Italian, we learned to work hard and to have discipline. Like we was talking before with you, Anthony, what is to be a hard worker and build yourself as a person through discipline, through art, to knowledge, to study.
Did your parents support you with dance?
My dad, as an immigrant in Argentina, the only thing that he asked me, and I always remember that, is like, Anabella, whatever you do, please do it 100%. I don't care if you want to work in a supermarket, if you want to study in university, or you're going to be a choreographer. The only thing that he asked me is to do it 100%, and I do.
Okay. And how did you transition from Argentina to traveling?
Well, I feel that, being in Bahia Blanca, this is a small town on the south of Argentina, we call the door of Patagonia. For me, my first, of course I travel a lot to Buenos Aires, but my first international trip was when I was 23 years old. And for me, I need to open my wings. I need to see another ways of being. I need to see another cultures to really set on fire what was for me important. And also because I study so much and I was getting inspired by the biographies and book like Blood Memory by Martha Graham, An Artist First by Doris Humphrey. So the pioneers of modern dance, in a way, even the book, My Life by Isadora, they push me to like find my own voice as an artist. And there is this phrase in Argentina, I don't know how you translate in English, like nobody is prophet on your own land. So I was feeling like this a little bit in Argentina, and I want to learn. I have this thirst for knowledge. So I came to United States and I studied at the Graham Institute, at the Merce Cunningham and Limón Institute to learn all the modern dance techniques. And then combined with my ballet background, to start to find my own voice as a choreographer.
Okay. Once you got to the States, was it what you expected, or was it a little harder? What was it like, transitioning and living here and trying to find yourself and keep cultivating your skills?
I find United States when I came the first time, and then my second time 10 years ago, it was a different stage. When I came the first time, I feel that people was, especially in New York, I didn't know anything about United States. I came because a connection through a mentor in Argentina told me, you need to go to Juilliard, you need to see New York City. But I was not interested in the culture of United States. I was just followed the pioneer of modern dance. So if the pioneer was in China, I will go to China. But I feel that the people here was very respectful and very supportive, and I never feel discriminated. I always feel embraced in New York City because it was people from all over the world. So I feel that my work took another depth. Like I remember, in Argentina we have one religion and it's official, that is the Catholicism. So I remember coming to United States and said a piece about the Mass, about the Catholic Mass. And here I am working with Japanese dancers, and I make the dancers look all above. And one of the dancers told me, Anabella, why we always look up? And I said, well, because up is God. And she's like, not for me, not for the Shinto religion. That God is everywhere. So that, I don't know, I feel that it's not better place for me to be in New York City, because again, this cultural background that is strong and these roots open it up my head, my heart, artistically enrich me so much, the city. But it's a hard city to live with too,
So during your time, your second time since you've been back, what were some of your greatest moments that dance gave you, that made you the happiest? What were some of your proudest moments?
I feel when my student change in a good way and they adapt and they, like I remember teaching Argentinian tango at Mark Morris, and it was this lady that she had cancer previously, and she came to class very lowly, at the beginning very shy, and also after an operation, so you have this sensation on your body, and after a month this lady just changed the way to dress, do makeup, start to go out with us. After the tango class, we always went to drink a beer or a wine, or we went outside, or we went to a concert. So we start to create a sense of community. And I see how dance changed the life of people. So, and like her, I have another millions of stories. I have students at CUNY, at Lehman College at the Bronx, that they was in the army for 8 years. And then when they come back to the state, they enroll in the dance program. So it's a whole integration, how they integrate into the community. So what I can say, some people say, oh, but Anabella, you consider that your dance is like a religion. There is, in a way, because I see the changes in people just for the fact to be in a dance class and supported by a community. They feel they are valued, they are respected.
What separates someone that can dance really good apart from someone that can actually teach?
Well, not everybody can be a teacher. I feel that this comes with the time and with the interest and an intuition. I started to teach at 15 years old, and I didn't know so much technically, like I do now after 25 years of teaching dance. But I always have this sense of generosity, and also my curiosity to learn how other bodies and minds and spirits work, because you're not just work physically, you're not just teaching how to move the bones and the muscles and the architecture, how you approach a person emotionally, psychologically there. So that's, I think, is something that you love or you don't. And then specifically with a different age group. I remember myself teaching in Argentina little kids, and because at this time I was young and I have a lot of patience. Now I teach at college because I have 2 kids at 6 years old and a 1.5, so I have enough at home that I cannot deal to teach kids, but I recognize that it's a question of patience. So that's why I'm teaching in college, and I feel that it's fair for me, And again, dance is about communication. Jennifer Mueller, she say that dance is the art of communication. So when you teach, beside that you know how to do it yourself, you need to know how to transmit this knowledge. Otherwise, it's not just that, oh, you have an amazing body and you can do 8 turns, but how are you going to help different mindset, different body, different cultural background to achieve that? So you need to transform with each student.
I understand. Thank you for that. Being a dancer, it's tough. You have the cliche sayings. You have to finance your dance. You have to find a way to survive if you want to be a dancer. But now, dancers are a little bit more empowered. Um, you have to also become an entrepreneur. And I know now you have a book. Now that's a big
Yes.
step forward. That's it. It has everything to do with dance, but it doesn't, because it's a whole nother world to create a book
Exactly.
and to be able to translate dance into words so somebody can understand. Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
Absolutely, absolutely. For me, the fact writing didn't start now with my first book. It started previously when I was in Argentina in 1998. I have my own magazine. It was an art magazine that tried to connect art, bring it to the entire population, because sometimes in Argentina art is just for the higher class. So that was my fair approach to writing. And then now I feel that I have to write a book because I have to clarify my ideas and this pass to the next generation. So for me it was natural write this first book, I'm bending motion and emotion, because I'm really committed to the teaching. And I feel that I have so many good teachers that inspire me and mentors all over the world. But you know what? Books, it was up the other 50% or more. Like reading these autobiographies, reading about the creative process of an artist, like Twilight Art, it just blew my mind. But it was a book that opened the door to my creativity, to my imagination, and also like, oh, if they did, I can do it too. So they empower me. So I feel that sometimes it's dance class, but dancers, the tendency of the dancer is just they think they need to be sweating 6 hours a day, and you read a book once every 3 or 4 years. So I challenge that, and also because it's so much going on lately, you have access to everything. You have YouTube, so you can see work for anywhere in the world, from Buto to performance art to what happened in Sweden to what happened in Japan, in dance 24/7. But the problem is to teach the student to have a critical point of view and know how to differentiate quality. So many people in the United States are afraid because they say, oh, everything is valid. Yes, everything is valid, but we also have a lot of range of quality of teaching, a lot of range of values. So for me, the most important thing to teach a student is to know how to see dance. When they know how to see dance, then they can do. It's like when you're in a dance class and a teacher wants to try to teach a combination and all the students are moving, so they just catch 20% of what's going on. When I say, okay, you stay still and look and absorb. And the same thing happened with the book. You need to think about it, what I'm doing, and then to do. So for that's the reason why I wrote the book.
Okay. And what do you hope to accomplish now, along with the book and your current teaching of your students? What are you looking forward to in the next 10 years as far as your career?
Ooh, I didn't thought about the next 10 years. So I'm 40, thinking about 50. Well, I'm writing my second book that is going to take me another 3 years. And this second book is more about technique, how to a dancer form, not just how to do a demi-plie, not just to know how many vertebrae you have, how the quadriceps function, how the three adductor work on the leg, not just about that, also to think about in terms of psychologically how to prepare yourself to be a dancer, and emotionally, like I wrote one chapter, I'm working on it now, about what type of dancer you are. Like specifically, you're like a creative dancer, like you want to have your own project, like, oh, Anabella, yeah, I'm a dancer, but you see them in the dance class that they want to create their own phrases of movement. So, or they want to be a dancer that belong to a company, a repertory company. So in a way, their tool to be created with a choreographer. So I start to put it down in words, like investigate and ask the big questions, So the second book is a preparation how to be a dancer. And it's interesting because, like you said before, it's 25 years that I'm teaching dance, but how to put this on a book, how a photograph or an image, for example, I'm working with an illustrator, can capture this idea in an image, because we work with movement. So 3 more years we'll be ready.
Yes, everything is a process.
Oh yes,
Take
and
your
that's
time.
the fun. That's
Yes,
the fun part.
because you find out everything how to do it. Then once you know how to do it, you'll always know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is there anybody you would like to thank for helping you along your journey?
All my teachers, and especially my family and my family-in-law that embraced me in another culture in the United States, that without them I could not do it. And then to all the students that passed through my hands, and yeah.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.